Today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson following the Saints' second successive 5-goal haul in National League South, something we've not done for 4 years, Ian. Concerned about going on the FA Cup, but that hasn't shown up in the league results.
Maybe not in terms of the way we finished both games by 5, but I certainly felt first half today we weren't really at the races. I felt we started brightly and scored the goal quite early, and then I felt for the next sort of 30-35 minutes we really struggled to put any passing together. We looked a little bit lethargic, the game got stretched out, I felt they totally dominated it, and then it was good to get him in at half-time leading 1-0 because we just put one or two things right at half-time. Obviously wanted them to move the ball a little bit quicker, wanted them to pass the ball better and then a bit more energy and enthusiasm about us, and we managed to do that second half, and once we got the third then it was quite a comfortable game in the last sort of 10 minutes.
Well, even standing up in the gantry on the other side of the ground, I heard you early in the second half shout, "We're better than this." And it was still only 1-0 at that time.
Yeah, we were just a little bit flat, I felt. Whether next week is part of the mindset, I don't know. I'd like to think not. Maybe, as I say, I felt everyone was a little bit flat today. I felt our crowd were a little bit quiet, and they're sort of 20 or 30 sort of made more noise than our supporters today, which has not been really the standard really this year. The supporters have been absolutely superb, so I just think the whole ground maybe felt a little bit flat, and certainly the players were a bit flat, but we need a reaction from that, and certainly in the second half the supporters started shouting and obviously getting behind the players, and made a massive difference certainly in the second half, and we ran out quite comfortably in the end.
We actually started quite well, and I thought we were using Sam Merson well early on because he went off with a head injury. What's the news there?
I think he's all right. He just obviously took a bit of a bang to the head and he was just a little bit stunned, I think, and we'll just monitor him over the next sort of 24-48 hours now, but I don't think there's any lasting problems and he'll be fine for next weekend.
To bring on a player like Junior Moraes that early in the game, it's not a bad substitution.
Well, it's not. I mean, obviously we were looking probably at another 30 minutes today, and then maybe giving him 30 minutes on Monday night. So he's had a little bit longer today. He's been at the hospital all week with his partner, and they had a little boy yesterday. So that's fantastic from his point of view. But his week's been wasted in terms of any fitness training. So it was important that we tried to use him today for 30 minutes, maybe give him 30 minutes, 45 minutes on Monday. But we'll have to assess how he is now. He's probably played a little bit longer today than we wanted to. As I said there, he spent sort of 4 or 5 days at hospital all week waiting for his partner to give birth to a little boy.
It's nice when players all around the team contribute goals. Of course, Ben Martin got the first, got us out of the way, but the finishing 2 for Louis Theophanis and 2 for Junior Moraes, the finishing of those 2 was superb.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think we know what both of them can do. I mean, obviously you give Louis sort of half a yard in any 18-yard box, and I would say 8 out of 10 times he finishes it, and you've seen that again today. 2 fantastic finishes. He only needs 1 touch, and then he's buried them both in the bottom corner. But I was really pleased with Junior's first goal from the manner. It was a build-up as well, which was brilliant because they played 2 little 1-2s, Junior and Theo, and then Junior's finish. It was sublime. I felt the way the step over, and he sent the centre half one way, and then he's obviously laid the goalkeeper on his backside and just rolled it in the bottom corner. So good for Junior. He needed that. As I say, he's probably played a little bit longer today, but it was pleasing for both of them to score goals, and I think that's like between Junior, Merce and Theo now. They've scored over 30 goals between them, which is brilliant.
Quite a few of them quite spectacular as well. We're not getting many bad goals this year.
Well, no, I mean some of the easy chances we actually missed them, but it was great with it was a tap in for Junior for the 5th goal, but Rhys Owens has come on and done great, and he showed with his pace going in behind that he can cause teams problems. So, as I said last week, we have lots and lots of options. I mean, obviously George Case has missed out today, which he was disappointed with, but it was understandable. Dippo obviously hasn't had an opportunity today again, and Matty Ball only got sort of 15 minutes. So it's difficult for us with the squad we've got to keep everybody happy, but that's my job to keep people happy. But we have a great squad in terms of 15, 16, 17, even 18 players at the moment where we can change things around and bring fresh blood on, and we've done that again today as we did last week, and it just livened everything up for us.
It's the first time I think in 4 years we won 5 successive games in the same season. But you showed you're not afraid to make changes even when on a run like that. Even if they're winning, you will change that side.
Well, it's just about trying to keep people on their toes, but it's also, we've had a system that's worked for us at home, but I felt today the 3 up front was a better option for us in terms of Theo, Sean Lucian, Sam Merson. But last week it worked with the 2 up front where we played Theo and Sam Merson. As I said, I think George Casey has been very, very unlucky that he was left out today, but sometimes you've got to pick the side that you feel comfortable with, and our home form has been good with the shape we've had. But certainly we're going in Monday night with London Coney now. We'll have to have a look at what players we'll be using, what players we won't be using, and then we'll have a look at what we need in terms of preparing ourselves for next Sunday against Carlisle.
Well, looking at Monday night, I saw Darren Locke and Tom Colton down here today.
Yeah, they'll all be involved on Monday night. All the subs again today will be involved. We'll have to have a look at where we are with Junior, as I said, and just find out what we need, whether we need to just risk him or not. We need to just obviously see where we are with Sam Merson, because Sam Merson's picked up a bit of a head injury today, so we need to see where we are with him. So, but we've got lots to say. We've got a bit of a squad here, which is good. All the subs today. We've also got Andros and Kane Pope, who have done and come in and been part of the squad. So, we'll have a half decent side out on Monday night, and hopefully we can pick a win up, which will be nice, because I want to go and win that cup.
Yeah, Heart Senior Cup is always a nice cup to win. It's one we've not won for a little while.
Yeah, and it'll be good, because I think I won it with Boreham Wood and I won it with Bulldogs, so it'd be nice to do it with another team in Hertfordshire as well. So that would be my challenge in terms of obviously getting over this hurdle, and then once we've done that, as I say, we can concentrate on the Carlisle game, and whatever happens there, we can concentrate back on the league when we go on to Dartford and then Hungerford in the next two games, which are going to be difficult.
Whatever happens to us regardless Monday night, we are in terrific form, and I believe Carlisle have had another good result today. Two sides on the top of their game.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll be a good game. I think we get the crowd here, which will be good. I mean, hopefully we get this place rocking in terms of what we want. With a home side, we've got to make things happen, but we're up against a good side. We had them watched last week at Stevenage, and both reports I got was very positive in terms of the way they do their business. They're a very strong side. They play a system that works for them, and it's going to be a tough game next week.
You mentioned how quiet the crowd were today, and they were very muted. I don't know why. There's no pre-match cup match atmosphere today. Next week will be a different kettle of fish altogether.
Hopefully so, because as I said, the first 45 minutes today, the whole place was flat, and usually the crowd, when they come, whether it's from the bar or come in late just as the kick-off happens, there's a big reaction. But today they didn't seem anything. Second half, they obviously was much noisier and obviously got behind the players, and it was great at the end to see them standing there clapping. But I felt the first half we were very, very quiet. But I think the whole place was flat today. The performance was flat for 45 minutes, and maybe we have to start playing a little bit more in terms of. It's difficult to say score more goals, but maybe we need to get the crowd going a little bit earlier, because we were a little bit flat today, and maybe it's just a little bit quiet from the crowd because we were a little bit flat. So they're little things that go together. We'll have to just look at that, but hopefully next week we can get the whole town behind the club, and hopefully we can get a positive result, but also get the supporters proud of the performance before we do anything in that tie.
Can you put yourself in Truro's shoes for a few minutes? You've just lost 5-0. You've got about a 5-hour journey home. That's going to be fun.
Well, it is, but I've lost there twice before, and that was a 7-hour journey home. So that's their choice at the end of the day. They're in our league, and their manager Lee Hodges has done a very good job there. I actually thought they were all right today. I actually thought the 5-0 really flattered us and probably didn't do them justice. The only thing I would say, they got in some very good areas and didn't really punish us. So, but they had lots of pace going forward. They caused us one or two problems for our own problems in terms of some of our poor passing, especially in the second half. We allowed them in once or twice too easy. But again, we have to take the positives out of it. We've scored 10 goals in 2 games. There is a confidence about the side, and sometimes even when you're not playing well, it's actually nice to go and win a game. And when to go and win a game 5-0 when you're not playing well is a fantastic achievement. And as I said, the belief's there, and we just got to keep making sure we do what we do, keeping the players' feet firmly on the ground, keep working hard, and hopefully we can go and get some positive results next week.
Did you ever come across Carlisle as a player?
As a player, I remember we got a train up there, which was unusual, on a Friday night, and we got beat 4-0. Well, it was 4-0 down at half time, so that was a long journey home. And as at Boreham Wood as a manager, we drew 0 at home against them 2 years ago. And we were 1-0 up in the 87th minute and lost 2-1 before in extra time. So it's an opportunity, as I said before. It's going to be a tough opportunity. But let's enjoy first and foremost. But I've never gone into a game expecting to lose it, so I'll be going into the game expecting to win it. And as long as the players give us everything they've got, the crowd gives us everything they've got, we plan and prepare properly, and we don't come out with anything, then that won't be through trying. But for me, I'm planning to win the game next Sunday, and I've got to be positive about that, and I've got to send them vibes through to the players and make sure that they're positive about going and win the game. And if we're not good enough on the day, then we have to accept that, and we'll shake their hands and we'll get on with what we've got to do, which is trying to get promotion from this league. We've only played 15 games now, and it's going to be a tough season for the rest of the season. But we're in a good position when we do come out of the FA Cup, and there are things that we have to be positive about. We've worked extremely hard to get to where we are now. We had a tough September where we could have quite easily thrown the towel in terms of not picking up points. But when we were playing Maidenhead and when we were playing Hampton and Richmond, and when we playing teams along them lines, Paul Town. That was a tough month for us. We played Ebbsfleet, we played 2 FA Cup. So to come out of that and still be sitting where we are in 4th in the table with 30 points from 15 games, I think everybody's got to be pleased with that. But we've just got to keep pushing on now, being positive, and trying to pick up as many points as we can as we go through the next month.
Thanks so much, Ian, and congratulations on another fantastic result.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Just a reminder then, Saints next back in action on Monday night. We're at home to London Coney. That's Monday the 31st of October. Hearts Senior Cup first round. Kick-off at Clarence Park is at 7:45.